today I'm here with Martin Lindholm.
Yes.
Artist, musician, teacher, everything. So, like, how would you label yourself in what you do?
Well, I'm mostly an artist, of course. I make my own music, but I also like doing many things. Making stuff by myself. I like to see the whole process of making something, like an album, for example. I like to do it from scratch to a final product, where I sort of have control of everything.
Oh, that's cool. And when did you discover music? Like, how old were you, and what made you discover it?
I started playing drums when I was about 9 years old. My father bought a drum set, brought home, and I didn't know at the time that he also played the drums. When he was young.
So he kind of like played the drums, and then he bought it like to himself, and then you like.
I got all excited, and I wanted to try it myself. So that's how I started.
Oh, that's cool. And you're like you play a lot of instruments. Like, and how did you realize that you like not only drumming, but like you play the guitar, piano, you also sing. You're like playing like a multi-instrumental person. Like, how did you discover that you had that type of talent?
Well, I started up with the drums, and then I moved to guitars when I was about 12, something like that. It was just a cozy feeling, having a guitar in your hands, and you were also able to make more music and express yourself in another way than I could do on the drums. And I also had some friends around me who played music, so we started forming bands and rehearse in basements and
oh, that's cool. So like the interest of music just grow, like when you met people, like friends which had the same interests.
Yeah.
And you play bands, and then you discover new music maybe, and then you feel like trying. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, that's amazing. And when did you start to like record, like get interested in recording, like the studio branch of music?
Well, I think it was in my later teens.
Okay.
And also with the development of computers and everything, it really started to take off when you could get your own computer and make music all by yourself.
And you didn't have to go to like this fully spec'd out studios.
Studios were very expensive, and I just didn't have the money to do that.
Yeah, exactly. What was the first software you used? Fruit Loops? Or was it before?
I think it was Cakewalk or something like that.
Okay, I've never heard about Cakewalk.
In the 90s.
Oh, that's awesome.
So
nice. I remember when I was, these small microphones you had to the computer sometimes? Like it was just like a tiny one. And I remember like sometimes...
The Sound Blaster card.
Oh, maybe,
yeah.
And I remember me and my friends like found also some kind of music, and we were just like recording, and like when we were talking and singing, and I was mostly screaming maybe, but yeah.
Making stuff up.
Oh, exactly, yeah. Oh, that's cool. And when did you like feel, I want to have a studio close by, like in your own, as you have now? Which we will come to later, but like when did you realize that I really want to be able to record instantly when I have an idea or whatever?
Well, I've always been into that, so I have had different setups among the years, and some worked, some didn't. I just never found a quick way to get directly from making music to making it sound good. And with the setup that I have now, I feel that the process between getting an idea in your head and making an album or just recording a song is very short now. So about 5 years ago or something like that, I really dug into how can I make the process as short as possible. I don't want any obstacles that...
Yeah, that's so true, because I think that's also the same like in any kind of creativity. Like if you get an idea or something like that, you want to create it kind of immediately, because otherwise it fades away a little bit. And then if it's...
I guess it's the same in your branch as well.
Yeah, exactly. Like I always try to have my camera with me, like in a small camera bag. If I see something, I want to be able to film it. Or if I have an idea, I want to be able to shoot or take a photo. Also, but I don't want to be able to like have to go back to the office to pick up the camera, because then maybe the sun, like the light is not the same or whatever, or like the idea is just gone. So I think just to keep it accessible and quick, it's the way to go if you want to.
Yeah, you want to capture the idea when it comes.
Yeah, that's cool.
And that's also something that I've learned along the way, that every time I get an idea in my head of a song or whatever it is, I immediately start documenting it.
Do you have like notes in the phone?
Yeah,
or like melodies and stuff. Yeah.
So I sing it directly into the phone, or play it on the guitar or piano or whatever instruments I have.
And then you have that idea and you can build and use maybe like if it's a part of a song where you feel like you don't really have it, and then you pop it up. This bridge can be like this.
And most of the times when you make a song, you don't really have to have that many ideas.
Okay. It's kind of just start.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get a word. You get a verse. And you make a chorus or something like that, and basically you already have a song. The rest of it comes as you start producing.
You put different layers. I think it's the same for me. Sometimes if I have a project or whatever and I've been filming it and I'm going to start the edit process, sometimes if I have a vision when I shoot it, like a very, very clear vision, then I can immediately start, and then I know exactly what I'm gonna do. But if I'm just gonna do a personal project where I just want to create a video just for creating a video or try something out, then sometimes I can overthink it as okay, it has to be, how am I gonna do this? Or it needs to be, I need to think it through before I do it. But most of the times, just throw one clip onto the timeline and start, and then it will build itself, and then you get the ideas when you sit and you can do
maybe
this.
You get an idea for a B-roll or something.
Yeah, exactly.
That
I think it's the same as you just sit chilling with the guitar and put some tunes, and you find, maybe this could work, and then all of a sudden you have a melody, and then a couple of hours later you have a song. That's
mostly how it works, and many times the songs are never finished. So I have a lot of songs that remain on the computer, unknown for most people, but
no, that's cool. Are you a perfectionist where you're like, I can't release this, it has to be
every part has to be absolutely perfect? Yes.
That's cool. Do you feel that sometimes that is holding you back, because you can sometimes have too many doubts about the song?
Yes, sometimes.
Yeah. I think that's a common thing with artists and creators.
But that it also triggers me to practice and become better on an instrument.
Yeah, that's true.
For example, if I really want to have like a piano solo on a song, that's very difficult. I'll start by making the song, and then as I go along, I really practice to get a perfect solo.
And you record a solo, and then you fine tune the solo.
Yeah.
That's the way to go.
But I usually go for one takes on solos. So it usually starts out with making a lot of small clips, maybe ideas, and when I got it all in my head, it's usually a one take after that.
Okay,
So,
that's cool. Nice, yeah. Yeah, and talking about the studio, like the Cloudberry session album, which is the name of the album, if I'm correct, yeah. So how did that album come across? Like, did you have a bunch of songs where you put, or was it the concept from the beginning?
I had some songs to start with, and I really wanted to have a vintage vibe on the album, and I think that was also when I reached out to you to make the video.
Yep.
I had a clear idea in my head that I wanted this vintage vibe, the vibe that I got when I was in my studio, the Fender Rhodes piano, the guitars, and I wanted to imprint that on the records as well. Cool. So I spent a lot of time making the drums sound vintage vibey. I wanted to have a room feel on the record, a feel of a live room, like a vintage studio room.
Yeah, exactly. And that was so cool because your studio has a very distinct look of like that vintage vibe with the wood panel and the carpet and everything. And it was so cool when you reached out to me to create a video for your album. So we chose in the end 3 songs to create a video for. How many songs is on the album?
10 songs.
10 songs? Okay, yeah, that's cool. So that was cool when you reached out because you explained that you had done this Cloudberry session album and you wanted like a vintage look and feeling of the video as well. And first I think we were talking about maybe just do like one video for a song, but then we kind of got this idea to create more of a mix between music videos and like a little bit of a documentary about your studio and about your process and the album, like how it came alive pretty much. So that's when you reached out, you had like a few reference videos and you had some visions in your head as well, and you were communicating them to me, and then I sat down and I was listening. I think we chose the 3 songs.
Yeah,
did we? Yeah.
I think we chose them together.
Yeah,
I had some ideas on what songs that were relatively easy to do.
Yeah.
You have to be able to play everything again.
Yeah, exactly.
And make it really close to the original.
Yeah, exactly. Because that's like when you have like a lot of improvisation in your songs. So to like play it on camera.
So I have to learn my own guitar solos once again and so on. Yeah.
Yeah, that was so cool. And then we chose the 3 songs, like one a little bit more up-tempo song to begin with. Yeah. And then we went down a little bit in the pace and feeling with No Time For Me At All.
Yes.
Yeah. And then we finished up with When You Were Gone, which is also like high energy.
Yeah, little more of a rock.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's very rocky. Song. That is cool. Yeah. So that was really nice. And the concept that when you were talking and then we came across, and then I got the idea of having those 3 songs. You can use them as separate music videos. Yeah. But I also wanted to incorporate them into this longer format docu. So it's more like almost like a TV show. Yeah. You know, like you visiting Martin in his studio.
You want to get a little bit of a story.
Yeah, exactly.
Around the songs as well.
Yeah, exactly. So it's a little bit of intro and then the first, and I think it would be cool if we could have a look at a part of the video, which I really like how we made it happen to mix the music video style with the docu style and to make them go together. It's a part, and for all of you who hasn't seen it yet, the link for the video is in the description, so you can have a look at it there. Okay. So this part is where we finish up the song You Are the Sweetest Thing.
Yes.
And here you can see how the music goes.
So the transition.
Yeah, the transition, which I'm really happy with how it came out. So here you're jamming. Yeah, it is a great song.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool, like how we had like the reality in the music video, and how it like overlaps
each
other.
The audio from the
exactly.
the speakers.
And you're listening to the take, and that is also what's keeping up the idea that you're also like in the studio.
Yeah.
And because like the music videos are like kind of a live session vibe. Yeah. So then you had record it on your computer, and then you just listen to it and you stop, and then we keep rolling with the explanation. So here you talk a little bit about your gear and stuff, and this you build yourself.
Yeah, that's one of the things that I built.
Yeah, that's
through
so
the
cool.
years. The studio table. Yes.
That's awesome. How did you make it? Did you like draw your own?
I made some sketches. I had some inspiration from the internet and saw pictures of other tables, and I wanted to make the perfect table just for my studio. Nothing unnecessary.
No.
Only exactly what you need.
Exactly what you need and exactly
so
what
it had to fit my gear perfect.
So is it perfect?
Yeah, it is.
Nice.
I don't really need much stuff to make music, but the stuff that I need, I want to have it all in order. So it's just ready to go on the fly.
Yeah.
So everything is pretty much ready, set, and go. So I can just start a recording whenever I feel like it. So.
That's really cool. And here, I'm like how we worked this day was pretty impressive. Like we created this, we shot this whole thing in one day.
Yeah.
So we were kind of.
It was a very tight schedule. Yes.
Yeah, very tight, because like we had to fit in 3 music videos.
Yeah.
And also like a docu shoot as well. But it was a good thing we were all the time in the same location, which also made it easier to do it. But it's pretty cool, and I really like the next song, No Time For Me At All, and how, because this is also a very nice song. Like this album is amazing. Like you guys would really check it out on Martin's Spotify.
Yeah.
And check the videos on YouTube, because it's definitely an album worth listening to. It's some really, really good songs on that one. And this one, when we decided the songs, and I was sitting and thinking about the concept and how we were gonna shoot this, and the look and the vibe we were gonna create in the video. This song, when I heard it the first time, the idea came like that.
Yeah.
It was so like, this is honestly like one of the most clear visions I've had for a project or a music video that I've done, because the song fits perfectly for this concept in my eyes. And the concept and the inspiration I had was from a Swedish game show called Bingolotto.
Yeah.
It's kind of a bingo. I don't know in English if that's...
I think so.
Yeah, bingo. And also a church service.
Yeah.
Because in the Christmas time, this was like in March, I think, we shot it. And during Christmas, I had watched a lot of TV, and on the regular line TV, in Christmas, a lot of services is broadcasted.
Yeah.
So I was just ending up looking a lot, and there is a lot of music in these services. The choirs, the artist that sings and stuff, and they are always so beautifully shot. I think. Yeah.
It's like slow movements and
slow
smooth the transitions.
Exactly, and you really like see the instruments, and you have time to watch.
Yeah.
You know, and that's also what I wanted to challenge myself with this video, was to let the shots be, and like not cut it too much.
A little longer shots.
A little longer, yeah, because I do a lot of online commercials, you know, ads for Instagram, and also like other fast-paced action sports. So it's a lot of cutting and like a lot of wow effect. But for this, I just wanted to just have solid shots, solid lighting, and just let the shots be. So this first shot, where you play the intro.
I really like when you get down with the camera there.
Oh, with the transition to the... Oh, nice, that's cool, yeah. And how you talk with it, and you talk about the guitars you use, the slide guitars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think it fits the song perfectly to have like a lower pace.
Yeah.
When I speak about
yeah,
song,
because it's exactly, yeah.
So you get a little sucked into
the feeling.
Yeah.
You can kind of like a prologue.
Yeah.
To the song, like to get in the right mood, because it's a beautiful and very fragile song.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it hard to make fragile songs?
Yes.
Yeah.
It can be hard sometimes.
Yeah, I can imagine, because like you kind of like open up.
You have to open up, and it's also a very different singing style.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
You have to be a little closer, softer. Yeah, open up yourself a little bit more.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I can imagine in the beginning it's a little bit scary.
It's scary.
Yeah. So this is like the melody you have here is very nice. I like it. And here I wanted to pan up. And this shot I had in my mind. Yeah, that was... I checked it out earlier, and I think it's 42 seconds.
Yeah,
the shot is, and that's
a long shot.
That's a long shot, and it's scary. Although like things is happening in the shots, like I pan up and stuff like that. And also this one, I really like the look we got for this shot. Yeah, the lighting and how we got the depth, and also it's nice that you from the other ones that you sit down. It's very, I think I'm really happy with how this came out. You can really feel how fragile you are.
Yeah, and you get kind of the sunshine coming in from the windows.
Yeah, exactly.
Also.
Yeah, the backlight there and everything. Yeah, that's really cool. And then also for the transitions here, for the video people out there, it's a lot of cross dissolve.
Yeah. It's a very soft transition.
Yeah, very soft, like they overlap each other, and that's almost like a forgotten transition. Yeah. Or like it can be cheesy sometimes, but I think for this it fits perfectly. I really like it. It's classic look.
And I think that's one of the things that I told you when I watched it the first time.
Yeah.
I really liked that type of transition.
That's cool.
This song.
Yeah, it fits perfectly. Yeah. Like, I'm super stoked with how this came out. And also this instrument is so beautiful. I really like the look and how it matches with your shirt, and also like you changed the outfit for every instrument you played as well. So we could get the feeling that you were like different persons almost, but like we were categorizing it to like different instrumentalists. Yeah. So this guy is the lead guy, and then you have the guitarist, and you have the drummer and bass player, and
we also had like places set up in the studio.
Yeah, exactly. Where we change, so they sit on different location.
Yeah.
That bass is also cool.
So that's a fretless bass.
Yeah, it's nice. You can hear that sound. Okay, we don't need to watch this whole video, but I can watch it later on. That's really good. Personally, this is the one that I'm really happy with the whole thing.
Yeah.
But this one is maybe mostly because I had such a clear vision for it, and then it came out like
it came out the way you imagined it.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's, I think, it's also very creativity fulfilling.
Yeah.
Where you like, if you have a vision and it comes and you can see like what you had in your mind, you can see it and you can show other people. You are doing some videos yourself as well.
I'm trying out.
Yeah, some YouTube videos.
Yeah. I've just started, so.
Yeah, how is that feel to? It's like a new. This is like a new.
It's like a new world. Yeah. Basically, learning. Yeah. I don't really have the eyes yet to see the visual side of things. Mm-hmm. You know, I'm all into to listen to the ears, but I think it's important to learn because everyone wants to hear a story and see a story. So, and I think I do a lot of stuff. I make guitars. I play music. I like teaching. You were actually my I used to be your teacher.
Yeah, you used to be my teacher. Yeah, on high school.
Yeah, that was some years ago.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. When we went to the music high school, and you were one of the teachers.
Yeah.
But I don't think, because you are a guitar and drum teacher. Mostly. Yeah. But I don't think. I didn't have you.
You didn't have me as much.
As
maybe other music teachers.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, no, I don't think I had you in. Like, you were my teacher, but we were divided into smaller groups.
So it was more in projects and concerts and.
Yeah, exactly.
And such.
Yeah, that was a good time.
Yeah,
that was a good time. It was cool. I really liked the staff. Was a very cool staff, and it was so cool to be able to. For also like the younger musicians and kids coming up, to be able to have music in school and to be able to express themselves and learn.
That's something unique that we have in our school system here.
Yeah, that's cool. And also like the how highly educated the teacher and how good the teachers are as well. And you can just get it for free in the normal school.
And if you're really into it, you can learn very much.
You can.
You can really be a skilled musician in high school. Yeah. In Sweden.
Yeah, if you're into that and you really go for it, then you can.
And it's all for free, so.
Yeah, exactly. It's perfect. It was for me. It was a perfect thing to do, because if I wouldn't have had that outlet, I would have feel trapped, I guess, because. Yeah, I think I'm a little bit the same. Like, I really feel like I need to be able to express my imagination.
Yeah, and I think it's one of the reasons why I called you. I know that you know music very well.
Oh, thank you.
You can play, and you can sort of see where the transitions should be, how to sync the music, and what takes that are good and.
Oh, cool. Thank you. Yeah. That makes me happy to hear. That's so nice of you. Thank you. And speaking about building and creating, and that you do a lot of stuff, that you build some of your own guitars. Yeah. And instruments. Yeah. And we have a really cool in the end of the video after the last song, which is called When You're Gone. Oh, You're Gone. Yes. Yeah. We have this segment.
So I remember when I started showing you this, and you said like, "Stop! I gotta get it on the camera."
Yeah, exactly, because like we weren't shooting first, I think.
No.
So that's like a copy of Eric Clapton.
Eric Clapton's Blackie, yeah. His most famous guitar.
Yeah, that guitar is iconic, isn't it? Yeah. And you, like, how how did you get the idea that I'm gonna create an exact replica?
I don't know how it started. It started out by just relicing guitars. So the first project was just a guitar that I had, and I thought it looked too boring, obviously.
Okay.
So I wanted to make it look more used, and I started looking into relicing guitars and how to do the craft in a good way. So that's how it started, and then I just got the idea of why not make Clapton's guitar. He's a big idol.
Oh yeah,
so,
it's a big influence.
Yeah, it's a big influence on my music and perhaps maybe my singing style.
Like, how did you just look at pictures, or is it like some forums maybe have like break down how the guitar
I
looks?
had the pictures from the auction where it's sold on Christie's auction, and that was the main influence on the body. So I printed out everything in real size and just copied every little bit of
that's so cool.
The guitar. Yeah.
That's so cool. And then, do you know how much the original were sold for?
I don't know, but
it must have been millions. A lot. Yeah, exactly. That's cool. And like how you, for me, this is also a thing where I get very, I love this stuff.
Yeah.
That you are, as I said, like before, a true artist as well. And then you kind of like just create this, and you feel like doing that one, and you do it, and you like totally nerd out on the one. And I think that's some like when people nerd out on stuff, it doesn't really matter what it is.
No,
I
agree with you on that one.
Yeah. I love that because it's like that determination and like how you can really be into something like that. It's just, for me, I really love that stuff.
So, for example, the pedals that you see on the shelf there.
This one's here.
Yeah. It's also one thing that I nerded into, building your own pedals, guitar pedals, and.
So these ones are you done yourself?
Yes.
Oh, really? So that's so cool. That's awesome.
Very many of them. So when I get into something, I really want to dig in. I want to learn how it works and what components make the sound and how to make it your own. Yeah,
that's awesome. And then you like kind of like with the BMS or like the card. I remember the English word. So how do you build a pedal? Like, for example, if you're gonna have like a distortion, just to say like.
Usually you start off with a copy of a famous pedal.
Yeah.
And you find prints on the internet and order your components and piece it together, and maybe then you change a few things around.
All right.
Maybe put two pedals together. That's one way you can make it. So you make a copy of a pedal, and you make a copy of another pedal, and then you put it in the same box, and you tweak things around. And
that's cool.
I like nerding into that.
That's awesome. That's
sort of stuff.
Like there's no barrier when it comes to pedals. I guess you can do whatever you
can do very much, and I think that's how it works in the industry as well. When they come up with a new pedal, it's usually a copy of something else that they tweak,
like a little tweak. Yeah.
So it's really there are not that much of variations out there, really. But
So which one are you most happy with?
I don't know. I made some distortion pedals that I really like, and I like putting a lot of pedals maybe together in a small box so that it's convenient to travel with and
exactly.
take to gigs and so on.
There we have it again, accessibility.
Yeah.
To keep it light, simple.
Always important.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
always important. It's like, for instance, you see the small Fender amp in the background. That's my main amp.
Yeah.
I don't like carrying big stuff around.
No.
I like keeping it small, simple, but good.
Yeah.
So quality is always the first thing, and what you hear is what you get. So you don't really need that much. When you get a good sound, it doesn't matter how it looks. It's just
how it sounds.
How it sounds. Yeah.
It can be the same like with film when you shoot video.
Yeah.
If like the lighting and how to set up. The most important is how it looks in
how
the frame.
It looks in the frame.
And then it doesn't really
sometimes
matter.
Maybe you can use the natural lighting.
Yeah. The natural is like it's very good to use. Like if you know how to manage it, then it's a very good light source.
And I think that's also what we did in the video.
Yeah. So we used some external lights as well, and some practical lights you see here. Like
and on there you can see a little bit on the globe as well.
Yeah, the globe we have, and then we used, for example, here we used the light from the sun, and also I was because that was like the main light source coming in, but it wasn't really enough to fill this side, so we had like another light.
Yeah.
Making it look brighter more, but I didn't want it. I wanted to look like natural lit, you know. It was like I don't want it to see looks like okay they just put a lamp.
No artificial.
No, exactly. We use artificial light, but we use it in a way that it looks natural. And here down here you can see we have like a tiny light from the back, so your get popped out from the background a little bit. And then we use the practical lights here, and obviously here the light, the sun, a little bit harsh here maybe, but it's okay. And you see where you play the Rhodes piano, I kind of like that look as well, and how we is it a lot in the first? Let's see if we can find it. Yeah, there you talk about your guitars. Here we don't have too much here. Oh, there. Oh, yep. It's two. Ooh. There we go.
Very good.
Yeah. And here also we put some light in the cabin here.
Yeah.
Behind the pedals and behind the mandolin here. And we used the same green color here and the red color to like the brick.
Match the brick wall,
yeah, and also like the colors of this vintage 70 late
so
60
like the
vibe.
green and the carpet is also green.
Yeah,
and,
exactly. Yeah,
I really like how the colors came all together in a smooth way.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it came out very cool, and this piano is really cool, and this guy here is also a cool guy. So Martin, like, what's next in store? Do you like now when you release the album, the Cloudberry Sessions album, like what do you want to do next? Are you going to go out and play live if the COVID restrictions obviously eases up a little bit, or what's the plan?
That's one plan, I really like to take this music to the road. I've made 2 albums that I have not yet performed live, so
oh really?
I have a lot of content to show, and I think also YouTube is one way to show it. Maybe make some live recordings.
Yep, exactly.
My audience is all over the world, so but I'm a very local person, so I live in a country far away from the rest of the world. I really like how you in these times can use the internet to get a broader audience and
exactly. It's like
get fans that you otherwise wouldn't have.
Yeah, that's really true, and like the internet is such a gift in that way.
Yeah.
For like you don't for you, example, do you have like a record label deal, or
No.
are you distributing everything yourself?
Totally independent. So.
And that's also one thing that you couldn't do before.
No.
So now you have how many albums do you have like on Spotify, for example?
I have 4 solo albums and some EPs and singles.
That's amazing. And like how you can reach out, and now also like with the video stuff.
I can make everything on my own. And, and I think the do-it-yourself thing is, I really like it a lot. So it's totally my thing.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, you're doing it very well. Yeah,
Thank
you're doing
you.
it very well. And I'm looking forward to see you play live.
Yeah.
When you play, it's gonna be. I really like it to listen to recordings is cool, and to see live as well, because you're like an amazing musician and instrumentalist. So to hear you play live, and also with the band you eventually will have with you.
Very skilled friends who play all the other instruments. So.
Yeah. So I can recommend, like, I really hope that you get a lot of...
I hope so too.
Because I think it 100% will be worth it to go and check you out. And also thank you very much for trusting me on West Coast Visuals.
It was a pleasure.
For this project, and I think it came out very good, and it was...
I'm very pleased.
Yeah, me too. It was a lot of fun to work together, and I'm looking forward to the next project that we're going to do. Yeah,
I think that there's going to be more projects.
Yeah,
I'm almost certain that we are going to do more stuff in the future. I hope so.
Yeah, 100%. Me too. And if people want to find you, obviously I will link the video, the Cloudberry session video in the description. But how, if they want to follow you and see more what you are about, like how can they find you and where? So
you can Instagram, of course, Facebook, YouTube, my YouTube channel. Maybe you can put links to all those places.
For sure, I will put the links in the description if anybody wants to check it out and have a go. And cool, Martin. Thank you very much for coming.
Thanks.
Coming around.